Hey, Mark, fake banter for the intro.
That's all I know how to do.
Great.
Good to be here.
Welcome to Tuesdays with
Stories.
Hit her in the face with a surfboard.
And then the duck fell out of his bag.
Surf's up. And she didn't even flush.
Knock, knock.
Who's there? Mark Norman and Joe List.
Yeah! This is Tuesdays with Stories, everybody.
No, that's terrible.
This is supposed to be cheesy.
My radio is spitting at me.
All right, in 3, 2, 1.
Hey, here we are, folks. I think you're supposed to not do the 3, 2, 1. Isn't
No.
it 3?
Well, I was doing a gag.
Oh, I see.
In 3, 2.
1.
The fart would have been great.
Oh, it was no good. It was a squeaker.
What do you think about these martial art guys that break the wood?
As a kid, I wanted to blow them. Oh, that's tough. That's how we lose you.
Folks, I did a bit on YouTube. I think most people listen still audio.
That's what I hear. Well, I'm an audio guy.
Me too. I've never watched a podcast in my whole life.
It doesn't move, So it's just Rogan sitting there with a scientist smoking a cigar. I like to wander and walk and clean.
So how does Rogan do 3 hours 3 times a week? We're doing an hour a week, and I'm out of things to say, and I don't remember what we said or what we talked about.
I think weed helps. People forget about the weed. The guy's getting blazed out of his mind on half of these.
But he must not remember anything he's ever said.
No.
Like, how does he remember the conversation? It's crazy.
No, he'll remember a key nugget here that benefits his narrative. But, yeah, that's true. But then you think, hey, 17,000 hours or whatever the hell makes you an expert. So he must be an expert at talking just off the numbers.
I guess so.
I don't know. I mean, he's still him at the end of the day.
Yeah, but it's not knitting or badminton. It's like talking is talking. I mean, we've all talked for 100,000 hours beforehand.
But this is interview style,
Interviewing.
microphone,
Yes.
know people are listening.
I just feel like I would be like, I don't remember anything I just said.
Yeah.
3 hours,
Well,
3 times a week.
It's crazy. And then you just think, like, aren't you dying? Like when the guy comes in, I guess he picks who he talks to, so that helps. But sometimes I go back and forth, and I'm like, how's that after? It's like your joke about fucking saying crazy shit in bed.
Yeah.
And then after, you got to be like, all right, you want to get a muffin?
Believe me, it's awkward, and then you're just like, okay, well, see you later.
Yeah.
I'm physically drained at the end of one of those shows.
Oh, completely. He's not. Because he's so genuine. Like Jimmy Fallon's like, wow, we're playing beer pong and sucking dicks. And then he's just like, this is who I am all the time.
I'm going to try to break this.
Please. Okay, that's going to
There it
bend.
is.
You're not going to get a break out of that.
Yeah, it's cardboard, I guess. Oh, it kind of broke in half. Oh, no, it's folded in half.
There you go. But, boy, I'll tell you, when I was a kid, a cardboard box, now I like a real box.
Yeah.
But a cardboard box, I could really get some thinking done in there.
Well, kids, I have a Bambino. They don't want to play with the toys.
No.
They want everything else they want because they're like,
Yes.
I've seen that, I know that. It's designed. It's kind of like us. I think it's just human nature, something that's designed for you. If someone's like, here's a soccer ball, you're like, but I want to finger his asshole.
Right. Yeah, well, I think the toy is for me. I buy a toy, I give it to you, I feel better. You give it to the kid. The kid doesn't want the toy. The toy was for me.
Right.
And it's kind of like Ian Lara and me were talking yesterday about, he's like, Kramer, only white people canceled him. He's like, black people got over it in 5 minutes.
Interesting.
It's the same with the box, like we're out here going, this is the toy. And then they're like, we're all right.
Right.
We don't need the toy. The toy's for you.
By the way, Michael Richards, I'm reading his book. Fantastic. I listened to him on that Rick Rubin podcast. Also fantastic. I love the K-Man. I love MR, Mr. Richards, Mike Richards.
He's a kook, though. Okay,
Oh.
he's a little loopy in there.
Oh, he's kooky. He was raised by a schizophrenic grandmother, no dad, didn't know who his dad was. Oh, yeah, he's a wacky guy. Grew up in L.A., rode his bike all over the place at the age of 7, was
Really?
sneaking onto back lots.
Really?
Yeah, he's a nutty guy. You know what I just watched is on YouTube is his appearance on Jay Leno, The Tonight Show with Jay Leno, which is what Jerry saw with the workout machine.
Yes, yeah, with the cigarette.
And they just improvised. Like,
Wow.
Jay Leno was just like, he had a week of the shows. He gets to host The Tonight Show for 1 week.
Uh-huh.
Carson's giving him a shot. And Jay Leno just calls up Michael Richards who he knows from the clubs, is a kook and goes, "Hey, you want to come on and do something?"
No way.
How insane! Show business has changed
Wow.
so much. He's literally just like, "Yeah,
Wow.
come on, fuck around."
Because that was the show, the Tonight Show. I mean, that's Johnny Carson, baby. This is 20 million views or 100 million views.
And this is before it's Jay's show. It'd be like if Rogan was like, "You want to host Rogan for a week," and then you just called up fucking, I don't know,
Stavros. Was like, hey, fart into the mic.
Yeah, do you want to do a thing? I mean,
Wow.
even that doesn't make sense because that would make perfect sense to do. So it's
I
not a
guess you're
great
right.
analogy.
Not a good analogy.
But
I call it my uncle, who's kind of funny.
yeah, and he just came on and he went to Jay's house and he's like, "I'm going to do this workout guy." And Jay was like, "Okay," and they improvised the whole thing, and it's quite funny. And Mike
Yeah.
Richards is amazing. He's falling all over the stage, knocking stuff over.
He's kind of got a little Buster Keat.
Absolutely.
in
And
there.
at first, it's not hitting. He just comes out, he's smoking, he's talking, and you can tell they're like improvising.
Well, that's where the kook benefits, because you got to have a nutty brain to be able to commit to that. Because most normal people would go, 3 minutes in, this is bombing, I'm smoking on the Tonight Show, I'm having a panic attack. He can just keep going.
Well, I would just break character. I'd be like, I don't know. I thought this was going to be funny. I'm wearing a ladies' bathing suit. I'm smoking. This is retarded. I suck.
Well, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
Breaking character is funny. But you don't want to rely on that. Fallon, remember he would break? That was the big laugh. And I'm like, this guy's cheating.
Well, Michael Richards talks about he's like, he never broke character. They talk about it in that Seinfeld DVD. He's like, I never broke ever. He's like a Shakespearean trained actor, theater actor, whatever you call it.
Yes.
And he was like, if I break, first of all, they were doing the show in front of I'm just dictating the book to you guys, but he's like, we're doing the show in front of a live audience. He's like, if someone breaks, we have to redo it, and they've already heard the joke now. It's like if you were doing stand-up and you flubbed, and you were like, let me just start over. He's like, they've seen the scene now.
Great point.
So now it's not going to get as big of a laugh. And he's like, I just did all that work, and you ruined it for me.
Yes, Shakespeare, to N-word or not to N-word? That is the question.
It sure is.
At the barbecue at my house.
But yeah, it's a fascinating book, fascinating guy, and Jerry was like, "We got to get him." And then the audition is crazy. It's a great story. I'm glad he's out there.
I know Seinfeld's a boomer. The internet's just dragging his Jew ass all over the pavement. But the fact that he goes up to the K-Man, puts the arm around him at every photo, and goes, "Hey, this is my guy. Fuck off." I love that.
No, Jerry's the best. These people are idiots. They don't know what they're talking about. And now I see people that are like, he was never funny. This guy's a hack. People calling Jerry Seinfeld a hack. I'm like, he invented a style of comedy.
I know. We're doing him when we do comedy.
He's the exact opposite of a hack.
Yes.
You're a hack.
Exactly.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Because you just go with the flow. You just go with what the algo says. That's hacky.
And also, you're like, I'm telling you for the last time, is amazing. But believe me, I got plenty of beefs with Jerry. They come out
I've heard
usually on the Patreon. They pop off. Join the Patreon, by the way. We got some
Best in the
behind the
city.
scenes. We just did a video with Dan Soder's like just riffing and raffing back there.
He's a talent, that big-headed queef.
He sure is. And 2 new video podcasts out there, or whatever you call them, little docu-series. You're running
Yes.
all over town. And our
got-
Patreon is really something else.
It's the best in the world, and we got the Q's is just walking around with bad knees and a camera, and we just say, point it on us, and we yuck it up, and you get to see behind the scenes of a comedy club, of a Wednesday night where we're jumping around the city, so it's pretty cool and funny.
Yeah, he is the most like Kramer of anybody I know.
Hands down, he is Kramer, and he'll say the N-word.
Fascinating guy, but yeah, no, Jerry's the fucking greatest. I'm telling you for the last time, rules. And yeah, he's Jerry. Now, these people that are like, he's like, that show could never have gotten made now. And they're like, well, fucking, what about this thing? You're like, do you think maybe, then this is the problem in general with like, do you think maybe Jerry Seinfeld might have a little more knowledge of the inner workings of network television than you?
Exactly.
Is it possible?
I know.
Is that a possibility?
Yeah, of
that
course.
With his connections, his friends, where he is, what he's done in his life, could he possibly know just a tad more than you at home?
No. This person knows everything in Cleveland who's, living off unemployment.
It's fucking wacky doos. And also, when comedians do it, I can't abide. These comedians that are just publicly trashing people that are in their same field that have like knocked it out of the ballpark.
I don't love that either. And they'll never do that. They'll never come anywhere near that, and they still trash them. It drives me crazy. And if we're talking about the shit you can't say anymore, the Puerto Rican Day Parade episode is literally not allowed to be played. So it went from NBC to, primetime, must-see TV to not allowed to be played. So isn't that the nail in the coffin?
Of course. And also people are booing and walking out of him giving commencement speeches. So,
Right.
Whatever.
Yeah. Well, I gotta bring something up to you, Fatty.
Uh-oh.
Now, what are you guys watching this Chipotle debacle?
I don't know anything about it.
This has swept the nation.
What?
Changed the game. It's an epidemic, a pandemic.
I don't know
Demi
one single
Lovato.
thing about this. What are we talking? I eat Chipotle every day.
I'll break it down for you.
Oh, my God, I'm nervous.
No, well, this is the internet and these queefs at work. This is what they do.
Oh, God.
So one guy noticed that the Chipotle prices were going up and the portions were going down.
Absolutely.
Syndrome.
More than one guy, because I notice that every time at this shithole we go to.
Yeah, this is the worst one in the city.
100%.
So he goes, all right, fuck this. The burrito's $15.81, and I'm getting less protein, everything. So he goes, how about this? I'm going to film you guys while you scoop me and, send it to the internet and let the wolves take over if you don't scoop me in normal amount.
Okay.
And he got loaded up. So he put that online, and he goes, hey, folks, if you want to get your good amount of Chipotle, film it. So now everybody and their Aunt Sally is filming all the Chipotles, and now people have camera crews, and they're doing like a, what do you call that, a side-by-side. They go in without a camera, they get a bowl. 2 days later, they go in with a camera, and the bowl's twice as fat.
Interesting.
So it works. But now all the Chipotle employees has been going on for 2 weeks, so they're like, get the fuck out of here with that camera, fuck you, I hate you. And the Chipotle CEO spoke up.
Whoa.
And he was like, this is crazy, you guys are ruining the country, you're ruining my business, you're ruining my sex life. So it's a thing.
Wow, I had no idea. Well, we go to the Chipotle over here and by Bryant Park, which is two. There's one on each side of the park. Maybe we should try the other one.
Wait, there is?
A little further away. Yeah, there's one on 42nd that we go to, and there's one on 41st that we don't go to.
Let's try that, because it's a little off the beaten anal.
I know, it's a little smaller, but yeah, this one, by the way, because we're a little behind, Chuck was stuck in traffic. Traffic's a nightmare here. I was realizing now we're going to try to go to Chipotle in between shows, and it's going to be fucking slammed.
I know.
If you get there at 12p, you're okay.
Right.
You get there at 12:30, forget it.
Yeah, 12:30 to 2 is a nightmare.
So this traffic has fucked us all up. That's the thing about traffic is like it just sets you from one. It's a domino effect.
Aha.
We should go to Domino's.
Effect.
FX. But what was I gonna say?
so
they're
this
horrible over there. That's what I was gonna say.
It's working, basically. I could never do that because it takes a lot of just sheer cuntiness to be like, woo, here you go, motherfucker. I got you on tape.
Right.
I couldn't do that. I don't have the nerve, but it's changed the game. I think they're
Well, that's
up in
good.
the chicken.
We need it because this Chipotle over here sucks, and I like a lot of rice. I'm not a bean guy. You get minimal rice.
Yes.
Which I should always order after you. You said, give me a little bit of rice. I should go, I'll take his rice.
Let's try that.
But to me, this makes sense. And all over the country it works. I say, I don't want beans, but I'd love extra rice. They just load you up. Here, they do one little scoop and they cover it with their hand and then they put the little scoop in. It's a tiny amount.
It's the worst. And it's almost like they're vindictive. They're going, oh, he wants extra rice. I'll give him less rice than normal.
I'm like, just give me two. And they're like, it'll be extra. And I'll go, okay. And I always say this to them. This happened 5 times. I'm like, this is the only Chipotle in America that charges extra for rice.
Uh-huh.
But okay, yeah, I'll pay double. I'll buy 2 burritos.
Wow.
Just give me the rice that I want. I don't even care about the money.
Communism.
They like boop, 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 and it's rice. It costs fucking half a cent a piece.
I know, that's what we give to the starving folk overseas. You throw them a big bag of rice.
Yeah, you drop it out of the parachutes or whatever.
You got to go over there, pick up a bag, and come back just to spite them.
I should bring a fucking 6-pound bag, lay it on there, and go, this is my rice. Make me the rice.
There you go. Rice-a-roni.
Rest ice, compression elevation.
Ray Rice. But
Nice guy.
that guy slaps. Okay. A lot of ups and downs. But yeah, so just had to throw that out there. But see, this is what happens, folks. You start cutting corners, and you get the old camera. That cell phone camera is the biggest weapon in America. Everybody talking, we got a gun problem. We got this. We got that. That's what got Kramer. That's what got the bird lady in the park, who the black guy's like, you scared of me? She's like, I'll call the police. Like, all that is camera. Chipotle camera.
Yeah, cameras are. Everything's getting filmed, and we're getting filmed right now, I believe.
What?
Hopefully.
Oh my God! I thought we were just hanging out.
Well, you never know. The little SD card door is open on that camera. Is that okay? Doesn't matter. Okay.
Barn door.
That scares me. Barnes and Noble.
Barney Fife.
Remember Borders? It was Borders and Barnes and Noble, and then Barnes and Noble just sucked that right up.
Oh yeah, Biden closed that.
Border? Oh,
Hey, okay.
He's trying.
Well, it's funny because he's like, "Well, you can't close the border, you fucking animal," and then now he's like, "We're closing the border."
Yeah, I don't know what to do there. That immigration, that's a real prickly pear, isn't it?
Yeah. It's not great. A lot of
Yeah.
Venezuelans. More people were let in recently than the state or the country of. Oh, what's that southern? Not Nigeria. What's the one in South America? N.
Panama.
Starts with an N. Not Michael.
Nicaragua.
That's the one.
Nicaragua, good cigars.
There you go. Nicaragua, please.
Whoa.
Yikes. So you were on the road.
Boy, was I ever on the road. I was out there in Salt Lake. Is this the date this comes out? We're a little backed up, folks. Holy shit, July 8th. I was in Salt Lake City 2 months ago. My God.
You might have quit comedy by now.
Well, you're leaving the country for 6 weeks or something. Where are you going?
I'm going across the borders books and going to Barcelona.
Oh, nice.
I'm going to be that guy.
That'll be fun. But yeah, it's July 8th, I guess. July 3rd. I am. Where the fuck was I? Oh, I was in Salt Lake City. I just got back. I was battling laryngitis.
Oh, I hate that guy.
Still getting over it. You can hear it a little, can't you?
Oh, a little. You sound like you got a mouthful of jizz.
I certainly do, but I was dying. I mean, this is the best I've sounded in days.
Wow.
And I hit the steam room before this, which was nice. That helps, supposedly, but I don't know how much that actually helps, really. Everyone's like steam, soup, hot tea, but I'm like, I'm doing all those things every day, and that's how I got here.
Well, do you do the numbing jizz?
I bought one of those, and it fucked me. Oh, Chuck's sick. That's 2 coughs in a row, I can tell.
Uh-oh.
Coughing. I bought one of those spray things, but my throat wasn't hurting. I was just hoarse. And then I was this guy. I'm like, I went to the store with Luke because I'm like, I got to battle this thing. So I bought ginger shots, water, salt water, rinse, whatever the fuck, the cough drops, menthol.
Holes.
And I bought the fucking spray business, which has alcohol in it, but whatever.
Whoa, easy, big fella.
It's 0.01, but so spray maybe is less. But I didn't end up using it, but this is what fucked me. So then at the end of the day, I'm going to the airport. I just gather all the shit in the hotel room. You stuff it in your bag. Go to the airport. My bag gets flagged.
God hates flags.
And I'm sitting there going, what the fuck is this? Then Luke gets flagged. Everyone's the most flags I've ever seen. And I've been to the Gay Pride Parade. They carry a lot of flags over there.
You've been to the UN?
So there's just more bags are getting flagged than not. So then Luke, he's crazy. He looks over. He's like, it's got to be the lady. He sees the lady. He's like, oh yeah, asshole. She sucked. It's like, and we've talked about this before. You go to New York, L.A., the big cities. They don't give a fuck at TSA. They know the deal. Okay, that's a cigar cutter. That's toothpaste. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
But you go to these smaller towns, they all think they're Wyatt Earp.
Yes. I think they're saving the world.
They're in there going, oh, this looks a little suspicious, whatever. So I'm incensed. I'm like, I've never been flagged. It's bullshit. And then the guy pulls out a fucking 4-gallon bottle of throat spray, and I'm like, that's on me.
Yeah, that's a daisy of a bottle.
So I went, all right, throw that away, whatever. Tombstone's great.
Is that Wyatt Earp?
Yeah, Wyatt Earp's in Tombstone.
Because there's also a Wyatt Earp movie.
Kevin Costner.
That's right. I got twisted.
That happens. Speaking of twisted, that happens a lot. There's movies that are the same premise. There was Twister, and then there was a movie that came out at the same time that was like also Twister.
Oh yeah, but that was about the board game.
And then I think there was Left Foot Blue. I think there was another one that was like The Day After Tomorrow. There was 2 of those. There was also 2 Prefontaine movies.
Really?
It was Without Limits and Prefontaine.
Oh. Wow, that's weird.
I think this happens a lot. Like you're making a movie, and then all of a sudden it comes out.
Well, it's in the zeitgeist. Everybody's like, we got to tackle that premise, and then someone else is thinking the same thing.
Well, I just read that about the first Superman, which is a bag of shit. That movie sucks so bad.
The Donner Party?
Yeah, the Donner Party. It's like 1 hour before Superman's in the movie.
Really?
Oh, it's bad.
You get Clark, at least.
Yeah, a lot of little Clark, but they're in the planet
Daily.
Zoran or whatever. No, the other place.
Jor-El?
It stinks out loud, that movie. But That movie,
Killed it at
evidently,
the box office.
it took a long time for it to come out, and so then it was also like space and all this stuff, and they were like, "Oh, this movie was hugely influenced by Close Encounters and Star Wars," but they were like, "No, we were in production."
Oh.
So they got, like, everyone thought they were like the first movie that was similar to these movies. And they were like, no, we were making it at the same time.
Interesting. Okay. I remember loving that movie as a kid, but it was also the 80s when there was nothing good on.
It's like 3 hours. I mean, literally, it's
3 hours.
You're like an hour in before Superman.
Who does he fight in that? Luther?
I think Marlon Brando.
Oh,
I never even saw Brando. I turned it off before Brando got involved.
No, Brando's his dad, I think.
That's right. You're right.
Yeah, the Fortress.
No, it's you know who is he retired? Gene Hackman.
Oh yeah.
And he's got Ned Beatty is like his goofy sidekick.
Yes, that's right.
It's real silly.
Oh boy, that's what my friends call me, Hackman. Sorry.
All right. So what happened? I got a few things. Let me ask you this.
Please.
Let me just go ahead and run this by.
Well, I still want to hear about Wise Guys, but I guess.
Well, this is Wise Guys.
Okay.
So we're out in Salt Lake. The shows were great, always great. Keith Stubbs, maybe the best comedy club owner.
Oh, what a mensch.
Such a nice guy. Great fella. And
Stubby.
Salt Lake City, I don't love, but we ventured out a little bit. We went over to campus, Utah Utes. I bought this hat, new hat.
Is that Brigham Young?
No, that's BYU. This is University of Utah, the Utes.
2 Utes stole my truck.
I did that on stage.
Hey!
So I went out there, we go down, and every time I go to a college campus, I'm like, I should have gone to college.
Yeah, it was fun.
You go into the mess hall, it's like pool tables, a bowling alley, there's all this stuff. Of course, I wasn't smart enough to get into college, but still.
You could get in, but it's not about the smarts, it's about the paperwork.
That's what I mean. I didn't do so hot in high school.
Yeah, easier to get in the border.
Yeah, people think I'm smart. I'm not.
Oh, no, don't sell yourself gay.
Well, I'm wise. I got wisdom. But I didn't like the book learning. I didn't want to do any homework or write a paper or do a test.
Big waste of time.
That was gay.
Totally.
It worked out for me. Hello, folks. This week's episode of Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Raycon. Can't afford to go to every concert that you want to this summer? I know I can't, what with this baby and all. Just get yourself a pair of Raycons. Their everyday earbuds let you experience music to the max. Sound quality is amazing, and they are priced at half the cost of those other guys. They're weatherproof and sweat resistant, so you can enjoy your music on a run, and they have 3 customizable sound styles to totally personalize the experience. Raycon sent us a pair. These things are sleek looking. They're cool. They're different than everybody else's AirPods. You don't just look like another hack with the same AirPods as everyone else. They are stylish. I run with them. They fit perfectly. I've had previous AirPods from other companies that get loose. They fall out. They bounce around. These ones stay snug. The sound is amazing. HD quality. I can't speak to all the technifications. That's not a word. They're awesome. They rule. I'm so grateful I have a pair. You got to get yourself one. They come in black, blue, green, and violet. So whatever mood you're in, there's a Raycon to match it. And the 32-hour battery life will make sure the party never stops. Right now, go to buyraycon.com/Tuesdays to get 15% off your Raycon order plus free shipping. That's right. You'll get 15% off and free shipping at buyraycon.com/Tuesdays. buyraycon.com/Tuesdays. Tuesdays with Stories is also brought to you by BetterHelp. It's easy to feel jealous of other people's lives, especially when they're showing off their new houses and flashy cars. Therapy is an amazing tool to help you focus on what you want out of life instead of on what everybody else is doing. BetterHelp is amazing. They are 100% online therapy. You can reschedule sessions whenever works for you, so it's easy to fit into your daily life. Talk with your therapist by phone, message, or video call, whatever makes you feel the most comfortable. Everyone I know is doing therapy. They love this stuff. I got several friends and family members who are using BetterHelp. It's a great way to get involved in therapy. You can do it at home. You can do it over the phone. You can do it while you're walking around. Just fill out a quick questionnaire. I combine those 2 words. A quick questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist, and you'll be on your way to a happier life. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp.com. Visit BetterHelp.com/Tuesdays today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/Tuesdays. But so we go over there. But let me ask you this. So I'm at Starbucks, downtown Salt Lake City. I dabble. I go in. There's two individual bathrooms. They got the lock on them, the code.
A vacant occupado.
Absolutely, which if I was president, that would be the first thing I did. Every public restroom has to have the occupied, or what's the other one?
Vacant?
Vacant.
Love it.
Yes. That's my one law. And the other law is if you have a highway sign that says Burger King, it has to say the exact distance off the exit.
Oh, so you don't get screwed by going 20 minutes.
Sometimes it says Burger King, exit 41. You get off, and it's 9 miles away.
This is a good law.
It should have to say Burger King. These are the real things a president should be getting done.
Yes.
The public restrooms and the exits. And the rest of it, we'll figure out.
That'll just come together.
Come together.
Guns, fentanyl, obesity, school shootings, border, it'll all fall into place.
Homeless. Homeless has got to be the biggest problem in America right now. Every single city.
It's bad.
All of the city. I was talking to CQ about it, and he was just like, he was on tour. He went from San Francisco to L.A. to Austin to
those are the three worst.
Seattle to Portland. I'm you're on the homeless tour.
Yeah, exactly. That's the hobo run.
All these great American cities where you would just get to the hotel and walk around. You're like, it's crazy.
What do you do? Because I've seen, I'm eating at a Denny's, and I'm like, getting hit up by a hobo at the table. He's like, "You got any change?" I'm like, "How'd you get in here? Like, what's the move with the hobo? How do you turn it around?"
I mean, to fix the whole problem?
Because I think I grew up in the South, and they would just kick them in the face, and they would go to another city.
I don't know what goes up, but I think we need to bring back. This is the most political episode we've ever had, but I think we need to bring back state-run mental institutions, which we used to have, and some of them were problematic, Cuckoo's Nest, the lobotomies. But you bring them back. I think a lot of these people, we have the medicine to help them.
We do.
You got to take them. You got and not volunteer. You got to grab them off the street and go. You're going away because you just took a shit on the sidewalk. You're swinging a machete at the comedians outside the club.
Medication time.
You're going away, and you put the little pill on their tongue. You let them play poker for cigarettes.
Yeah,
and that's it. And Nurse Ratchet shocks them to death or whatever.
Yeah, yeah. Put that puppy on the temples, the belt in the mouth. Bob's your uncle. But here's the problem. Everybody's going, well, we want to be compassionate, but you're actually being quite cruel because they're living on the streets and blowing each other and eating fentanyl, and now they're going to die.
Well, we're failing everybody. We're failing them by just going, you just live, and we're failing us because we're getting attacked on the streets. But the state-run institutes, you make them better. You make them better than they used to be. You know what I mean? You go, welcome, sir. We understand it's not your fault. Here's your meds. And you try to rehabilitate them. You send them to therapy, whatever. I'm an empathetic guy, and I'm happy to have my tax money go to these hospitals because I'm tired of fucking running away from people on bikes going, blah!
Right.
They got weapons and shit. It's crazy.
And no one feels bad for you because they go, all right, you big honky. You got your nice paycheck and your red hat. You'll be fine. You're like, all right, well, wait till they cut my baby's head off.
Well, you can't sit in the park anymore.
No park.
The parks are owned by the homeless people. I mean, I was just in Washington Square, and there's a couple sitting there, and it's always these hippie people smoking a joint, listening to some tunes. And this guy is just screaming. And these are the people that try to go, well, he's just whatever.
Right.
And after 8 minutes, I literally watch them like pack up their blanket and leave.
Exactly.
There's like terrorists running around the park.
I know, and they get away with murder because now you can't. If you go to jail for not having, you hit a guy with a hammer, you get out in an hour because there was no gun involved.
It's all pipes.
We should give them all guns, then they'll go to jail.
But yeah, whatever it is, we gotta do something because San Diego has a problem, L.A., DC. I mean, the capital of America is covered in tents. It's intense.
Yes.
So, but yeah, the solution is not just let them fucking hang out here.
No, and it's not working. It's not working out for them. They're all just dying in the streets. And then, remember that guy took a dump in San Francisco and some dude hit him with a hose and then he got in trouble?
No, I don't know the hose.
Oh, the hose guy got hosed. I mean, he went bros before hose and he hit that. Just spraying the guy. He's like, get the fuck out of here. This is my front yard. And that guy got fucked.
Oh, wow. I know the story about the president of China came to visit San Francisco.
Yes.
And they just sweeped it right up.
Where do they put him? They put him at open mics? I don't know how they get rid of him.
I don't know. They could send him to my club dates because I can't sell a ticket.
Oh, yeah. Fill some seats.
Absolutely.
Put them at the WNBA games.
I'm doing the Atlanta Punchline. Send a few homeless people in.
They heckle. Watch out.
Yeah, just give them the pills if they get too, chatty.
Yeah. Well, all we do is talk about how much concern we have for the human and all that, but then everybody's eating fentanyl and getting fat as shit and dying.
Yeah, it's I don't know. We got to figure it out, but we'll make it work at some point. I'm sure.
Yeah,
But anyway, maybe we need to bring that comic relief.
Oh,
Maybe you, me, and Sam should be like, when they were. What's his toes?
Robin Will, Billy Crist.
Whoopi Goldberg. We need a black lady.
Oh, yeah. Maybe we'll
Maybe
get
Chris Allen.
Yes. There you go. We'll put a wig on him.
Because that thing, I feel like that was making some dents.
I guess. I think before there was just a little more law and order. Like you hit him with a big broom, and that was it. You just kind of shuffled him out of there like the Apollo. You just hooked him.
We'll get it figured out. I think there's 70,000 in L.A. We gotta.
Choo-wee.
I know, but what are you gonna do? So, anyways, I'm at the Starbucks.
I got the idea. Sorry.
I can't wait to hear it.
All the people coming in, we trade. Oh, you want to send a guy into America? You want to come into America? Then you got to take a hobo.
That's
so
not
we
bad.
flip and flop it. We what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Oh, you want to come in from Venezuela? All right. Well, Venezuela's getting boxcar Billy.
That's not bad because a lot of those folks they're trying to work. These guys they've probably lost the ability to work. A lot of these guys.
Write that down.
By the way, again, I'm empathetic. I think they're mentally ill. They're schizophrenic. They're bipolar. They're whatever it is.
Drug addicts.
So go get them some help. We have the help.
Well, all I keep hearing, there's a bill in California for $8 billion to help the homeless. But I'm like, well, what's that doing?
I don't know.
They buy them condos and shit, but they never go because they like the street. I don't know.
I think Houston, they don't have any zoning laws. So they built some, and then they just send them in there.
Oh, all right. Well, we'll figure it out. All right. Sorry, I steamrolled your story there.
No, so I'm in not so much a story. I guess it's a story, but I want to hear your input. So I'm at Starbucks. They got 2 individual bathrooms, occupado.
Oh, yes.
Vacant. I asked the lady, I go, excuse me, what's the code for the bathroom? She said the one on the left is 4983.
Okay.
So I go, okay. So I just kind of take it like, I guess the one on the left is the working bathroom.
Sure.
4983. So I go, the one on the right is green, vacant.
Oh.
The one on the left is occupied.
Oh.
So I go, she only told me the code on the left. So that must be the employee bathroom or it's out of service, whatever. I'll just wait. Doesn't matter.
Okay.
So I'm waiting. 2, 3, 4 minutes.
Oh, somebody's taking a big old dump in a bath.
Well, by the way, it's like a homeless person. And then they go in the Starbucks bathrooms, they take them up. So I'm sitting there. Then a lady comes over. She walks up and goes, there's no one in this bathroom. And I go, she points to the one on the right. And I go, yeah, but I don't know the code for that. She only gave me the code for the one on the left. So I think that's like out of service or something. She goes, huh. She walks over to the Starbucks employee and goes, what's the code for the one on the right?
Oh, I like this lady. Go get her.
I know, but the girl, it's the same girl. She goes, that one's 3219. So she walks over, boop, 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 types it in and walks right in there.
Wow, she skipped you.
I'm like, well, let me go. I've been waiting here for 5 minutes.
You got leapfrog, fatty.
Now, some people will say, yeah, you should have gone and got the code. But I asked for the code. I only got one code.
This is fascinating.
So don't you think, so many problems here. Give me both codes.
Sure, and why are they different codes?
I don't know.
Huh.
I don't get it. Maybe one's a homeless and one's a housed. I don't know.
I see.
But give me maybe she thought I was homeless. I got sweatpants on and teeth, but so I go, give me both codes. I don't understand why you give me one code.
I've never heard of this.
And also, if you went and got the code, let me piss. You're cutting me in line. Come on.
Yeah. This is diabolical. I mean, there's so many layers to this.
And then when she went in, she was like, sorry, and laughed and shuts the door.
Ooh, I don't like her anymore.
Now, I'll say this about this fat asshole.
Say it, sister.
She was in and out.
All right.
So that was something, but
Good
not as in
movie.
and out as I was.
Yeah.
I'm a man. I piss, although it takes me quite a while to get going because I got some mental problems.
Stage fright.
But if I'm by myself, I can get it going pretty quick.
All right, I believe it.
But so she was in and out, to be fair, but if I did that, if I got the code, I'd go, you go ahead. The code is 3217.
Maybe she's thinking, hey, I did the legwork and I got the code on my own, so you kind of fucked yourself. But she only gave you one door. I've never heard of such a thing.
I don't understand the one door. Give me both doors. I don't get it. But then I go in after the lady. I come out, and the person on the left has left, and a new homeless person's walking in.
Wow.
Suitcase, squirrely hat, the beard. So that left bathroom must smell like a bag of farts.
So you did the right thing by going into righty, but that left one, ooh, it's like a hobo portal.
Yeah, I just thought it was a little strange that she cut me in line. The other lady only gave me one code.
That is very interesting.
But my fault for assuming I should have said, well, what's the other code? But then you feel pushy. You feel like an asshole. Because I'm waiting for her to go, I would have given you if I could have get whatever.
Yeah, right.
So,
that is a very tricky situation there. But weird you just picked one.
Yeah, or maybe she didn't know the code in the right, but then she's the same woman that gave this lady the code.
Exactly. Maybe it's a boy-girl? I don't know. She probably thought you were homeless.
Perhaps. I don't know. But I think all bathrooms should be individual with the green-red lock.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. Oh, boy. That's a tough one. Boy, you really got screwed there.
Yeah, it was a bummer. But what are you going to do?
That's a Salt Lake thing. Because I think in New York, they're all the same code.
Yeah, I never heard of this.
I've never heard of it either. I don't like it.
We don't care for it. Then we walked over to the, like I said, to campus, and off in the distance you hear music playing, and I'm like, oh, I love music. Why is there music playing Saturday at 3 p.m.?
Oh, that's fun.
We go over to the football stadium. It's this guy, Luke Combs. You ever heard of this man?
Oh, he's big.
Huge. He's playing the stadium. It's a sound check.
Oh, comb your hair.
So that was neat. So I got Luke Monis and Luke Combs. Pretty similar names, actually.
That's true, yeah.
You got an O, ends in S, similar amount of letters.
All right.
I don't know.
Comey.
But, so that was pretty neat, but it's weird because you're like, I had this thought. There's a huge football stadium, 60,000 people.
Uh-huh.
Show hasn't started yet. They're doing the what did we call it? Sound check.
Oh.
Then there's all these people showing up. People are starting to show up to, what do you call it? Tailgate.
Uh-huh.
There's cops. There's security. They have a whole outdoor festival thing with slides and beer and margaritas. I had this thought. Isn't it crazy? This all started from just a guy in his bedroom who wanted to play music. He was like, asked his parents for a guitar.
I love it.
Let me get a guitar. I would like to sing. And now you just have like state police, security, outhouses, barbecues, 50,000. He's a moving economy.
I think about this every time with Taylor Swift. I mean, think about all the hotels, the dinners, the flights, the meals, the merch. It's all... It's better for the economy than Amazon.
Tickets, lawyers, agents, managers, security, janitors, all these people. It's just a whole city of people.
Completely agree.
And then not only that, they got the shirts. They're all decorated. They got the hats and the goofballs and the shorts with the boots, and they're singing and waving and the cameras. All because this one guy... who evidently writes his own songs. A lot of country artists can't do that.
I got my truck and my dog and my wife's a fat hick.
Cunt. So this guy was just sitting at home, said, I'd like to play music, and here you are. Isn't that wild?
I think about that all the time. That is so wild, and that's why you got to blow these guys, because they're shaping the economy. I mean, they're helping with money and jobs, and not just the economic aspect. There's some guy sitting in a bedroom going, I was going to kill my dad. I heard your song. It turned me around. I had a gun in my mouth, and I heard your tune, and it got me through COVID, whatever.
It's pretty unbelievable. So you're just, you kids out there, pursue that dream. Go out there, live your lives or whatever.
Yeah, but then there's this trillion people going, why haven't I made it yet?
Yeah, they suck.
There's more of that.
I tried to do a bit about that 20 years ago. These athletes that are like, I wasn't gonna let my mother down. I had to make it to the NFL. But the same thing. There's like 20-1 for guys that were like, I'm not gonna let you down, Mom. And then they're like, sorry, Mom, I wasn't fast enough.
Yeah, that happens more times than not. But that's why you gotta love a Muggsy Bogues or something, because everybody's going. Not only do nobody make it in this field, you're definitely not going to make it, and he made it.
Right.
Pretty good.
Impressive. Speaking of Muggsy Bogues, how about that Gary Vider dad pod? Are you excited for that?
Oh, dude, we had him on the other pod. His stories are unreal. I mean, just the fact that he just used his son for his own personal gain, and the other cocaine stuff, and the beating the mom. I mean, it's gold.
It's crazy. Gary Vider, new podcast. What's it called?
My dad sucks. Dad of the year.
Dad's gay. Something.
I can't remember. My father's gay.
I have no idea. Just look up Gary Vider. Find Gary Vider because I'm pumped. And this has been going on for a long time. Because during COVID, we would walk every day together.
Yes.
And he was telling me these stories. He's going to make it happen. And now it's happening.
I know. I'm pumped. And it's like a serial. What do you call that? Where it's like 8 parts.
Yeah.
And there's a twist. Serial, that podcast called Serial changed the world.
Yeah. That was big.
That was big. So it's like that, and I hope he sells this, because everything he was saying, I was like, this is a movie. This is a Hollywood picture right here.
It's better than any Netflix bullshit.
Oh, yeah. And also it's interesting because there's a lot of layers, because you could see how he would look like a good dad. Sure, he's lying, he's stealing, he's cheating, but you're like, Gary's hanging out with Wayne Gretzky and Bill Murray and Michael Jordan.
Saw Shaq's dick.
I heard. Not impressive.
Is that right?
Yeah, well, I think when you're going in with the Shaq Dick idea, you're going in big. So whatever you see, you're like, not what I pictured.
Yeah, you're only going to be disappointed. But I picture it has, angles and throbbing.
Sure. Gary said he swung on it. All right, but yeah, that's going to be big. We got to give that a goo. Can we get a name on that for a proper plug?
Look up Gary Vider on Instagram. He posted it today, a trailer. It looks unbelievable.
Oh, wow. He got his sister in there talking about how she walked away from her dad. She ran away from home because he was such a menace that it broke up the whole family.
It is. It's fascinating, but yet he knows Mark Messier and Wayne Gretzky and Michael Jordan and Shaquille O'Neal.
I mean, those photos are priceless.
He's on the ice level for the Rangers winning the Stanley Cup.
The cup, Jerry.
Looks like it's number one dad.
Number one dad. There you go. I don't care for the title.
I have that mug.
But, that's exciting. And it's coming out for Father's Day, which is fun.
Oh, clever.
Father's Day. So close to Father's Day.
That's true.
My first Father's Day.
That's a merch.
Folks, Tuesdays with Stories is brought to you by Bespoke Post. Life doesn't have many mysteries anymore. Shake things up with a box of awesome. The monthly box filled to the brim with cool shit. Dude, you got to get this stuff. They sent us this. This thing is awesome. It is literally a box full of awesome. I know you're going to love it. Their weekend box looks awesome. It features a great overnight bag with metal hardware, a reinforced frame, and a quality leather strap. It's awesome. Find your box by taking their quiz at boxofawesome.com, and they'll get you matched. It's free to sign up, and you can skip a month or cancel anytime. So there's really nothing to lose. You have actually nothing to lose except gaining awesomeness. And you need it, believe me. 90% of everything that comes in your box of awesome is from a small up-and-coming brand. Get a free mystery gift with your first monthly shipment when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code Tuesdays at checkout. That's boxofawesome.com, code Tuesdays, for a free mystery gift with your first monthly shipment. I can't read. boxofawesome.com, code Tuesdays. Do it. So where have you been? What are you up to? What the hell's going on over there?
I don't know how much time we have, but I got a lot to unload on you.
Please hit me with it.
New England, baby. I was all over it.
New England? That's where I'm from.
That's right. So I had to go to New Haven to do the College Street Music Hall.
Okay.
New Haven, cute town, guns waving, New Haven. You got the pizza, you got the poverty, you got the Yale. So, you go to New Haven. It's 2 hours away. Doug Key's opening. Meet him up in Queens. He stayed in Astoria. Meet him in Queens. We drive there. Hit the Sandy Hook traffic, which I always say is the worst thing to happen in Sandy Hook. And, of course, you wait. We get there at 5. We go right to eat at Pepe's.
Frank Pepe.
Pepe's is bumping. I mean, there's a line around the dick. It's like they're adding rooms to the place. It's so big.
Always. Legendary.
We got the clam pie, as you do. You get the pep, the ricotta, whatever. I don't eat bread. I'm off bread. I've been off bread for the last 3 years.
Okay.
But I got to eat Pepe's.
Sure. Well, it's not bread. It's pizza.
Oh, that's all bread.
Well, it's different.
No. That's a bread factory. That's all pizza is bread.
Well, you don't order a loaf of pizza.
I guess you're right. But, I mean, you're basically putting sauce and a meat on a bread.
Yeah, that's the best thing that's ever happened.
It's great. I love it. But I went from no bread to, it's like I went gay overnight. I went from no sucking dick to a full-on pride orgy.
Yeah, you got Shaq's dick in your ass.
Exactly, and it felt like it. So I can't stop. It's so good. I haven't had bread in a while, so it's like I got that taste of that human meat. I can't stop eating like a dog.
Absolutely.
And I ate 800 pounds of pie. And then, of course, the waiter was like, I'm a Tuesday. We went in the kitchen. We saw the big oven. I felt like a Nazi. We took a photo. Pretty cool in there.
You got to go in the kitchen of Frank Pepe?
Yes.
I mean, this is crazier than being on the field at Tampa Bay Stadium or whatever the fuck.
You could go in there. They're gays.
Frank Pepe's? I can go to the oven?
Get in the oven. I got in it. I took a photo. I laid down. I put baking powder on me.
One more letter from that school goes to this kid's house. In the fucking oven, you're going to go head first.
They put me on the big spoon or whatever. They threw me in there.
The big spoon.
By the way, those things are about 20 feet long because the oven has to be able to, occupy 900 pizzas.
Sure, Occupy Wall Street.
Yeah, so they shove that thing in, and then they hang it up on the ceiling because it's got to get out of the way.
Uh-huh.
It's quite an establishment. And then there's Sally's and there's Antonio's. It's a whole industry.
It's a little Italy.
Little. Very little.
New Haven's fascinating because you have the Ivy League school, then just a shithole where you're going to get stabbed and shot and raped and killed.
Crazy.
And then you have like a Little Italy that's this big.
Yes.
And I think the mob is there, so
Yes.
that's like kind of nice.
Yes. The Little Lily's beautiful. Not a stitch of garbage, graffiti, nothing. Just wops all day long with guns.
I think it's wise guys. And then
Yeah.
you walk a block over, you get stabbed, then you walk 2 blocks over, and you're in with the future presidents of America.
Exactly. And Yale is beautiful. Looks like Harry Potter. It's all these stone buildings from 1801 or whatever. But the Green, which is their little Central Park,
Right.
it is, talk about Occupy. It's wild in there. They said they had 114 deaths in one day just from overdoses
Oh,
in the Green like a week ago.
wow.
So I guess they're weeding themselves out.
That's great. Yeah, New Haven, every city in Connecticut is a bit of a shithole.
Yeah, you have
Hartford, Bridgeport.
Yes, you got your Greenwich.
Right.
That's the weird thing. There's not much in the middle. There's what is that? Fairfield.
Fairfield.
That's another affluent.
Yeah, there's Connecticut and New Haven itself are like microcosms for America. You
Yes.
have like just extreme poverty and then extreme wealth, like a mile apart from each other.
Exactly, and it doesn't feel like a state. It has no culture. There's not a sports team. I can't get my head around Connecticut. Like, what the fuck? You can't pin it down. What is your thing?
I hate Connecticut. It's a
Everyone
New England
does.
state that roots for the Yankees. It's got that
And the
light
Pats.
blue. They have UConn, the basketball. They got a basketball
Okay,
school there.
that's a universe.
That's something. But yeah, Hartford. They used to have the Hartford Whalers, but they're gone. It's crazy to think there was a professional sports team in Hartford, Connecticut.
I know. Well, that was a booming town, but now it's you go to work and you hightail out of there before you get clubbed.
It's also funny they're the Hartford Whalers, but Hartford's landlocked. It's not even an ocean town. So put that in your pipe and blow me. But yeah, Connecticut, it's got no jizz.
Nothing, Jerry. It's just Doug put it well. He's like, that's why it's called Connecticut. You just connect there. It's a connector state to Rhode Island, Boston, whatever. And it's got nothing. And I talked about this on stage, and I swiftly got booed. But
What are you gonna do?
I didn't realize it's a college town. I'm going there in midsummer,
Right.
night dream. So we sold nothing, and the people who showed up were blackout drunk. So it was a slugfest, to say the least.
Well, this is the thing with Connecticut, too. It's not a real market. There's no market there.
Yes, Market Normand.
Hartford Funny Bone is one of the least desirable funny bones. I'm happy to work there, but it's
Manchester.
it's a tough one. Manchester, Connecticut. And then,
Chester.
there's whatever the other clubs. Bridgeport has 2 clubs now, New York Comedy Club and
Stress Factory. Well, what is Stamford?
Stamford,
Yeah.
the city that works. That's the old nickname. I guess the WWF is there,
Oh, okay.
but they're and then who else is there is the Sacklers.
Oh,
That's all the homeless people comes directly from these pieces of shit.
Wow, they're keeping that whole state afloat.
Yeah, we'll get to food. Did you watch that thing with Michael Keaton?
I did, yeah.
That's one of the few shows I've watched, and that guy, that's the lead Sackler.
Oh, he stinks.
So bad in that movie.
So
He's like,
bad.
and Sarah and I couldn't stop laughing because he kept being like, 300 milligrams. He kind
Yeah.
of had this weird voice, and Keaton was great as always.
Sure.
Love Keaton.
Yes, Diane Keaton is good.
I would love to know Michael Keaton. Doesn't he just seem like one of those guys? He seems funny and.
Yeah, well, he did stand up. He's in Batman. You want to just get him in a headlock and pick his dick.
Well, I always say this. That must have been so crazy that Michael Keaton became Batman, and I always use you. I'm like, it'd be like if you were just Batman. Like he's a nightclub stand-up comic. He's a goofball on A&E's, even the Improv, and then a few years later,
yes, he went from Mr. Mom to The Dark Knight.
Can you imagine if they were just like, did you hear Stavros is Batman?
Right. Well, Kumail is a fucking Hawkeye or whatever.
That's true. I've never seen. I don't know Kumail, and I never have seen that movie or show, or whatever the fuck. So
you've got Kumail, but nice guy and ripped as a $2 bill.
You'd make a good Batman, don't you think?
I don't know. Joker, what are you, crazy? Get out of here.
That'd be fun.
All right, now the Riddler's gay. Come on.
Who would be the best Batman? Who's the best comedian to play Batman?
Maybe Hanley.
Hanley?
Phil Hanley?
You can push him over. A stiff breeze would knock him over.
I don't think Michael Keaton's the most buff guy ever.
That's true, but I just picture Batman with a cardigan on. and a deadhead fucking hat.
Robin, we got a bogey. We got a boogie. So, yeah, I don't know. That's a tough one. Soder's he's got a good build, and he's a good-looking guy.
So.
He's got the deep voice. That could be something.
Deep voice is nice. He could do a good Batman impression.
Well, he'd be doing impressions of the Penguin as Batman. It'd be a little off-putting.
But Soder would have to hit the gym for a few months, I think. I mean, he's not exactly, tip-top.
No. He's a bottom.
He's got the voice, the jaw. That's something.
Yes, good jaw.
You got to have great teeth to be in there.
Okay, who else? Maybe Marill. Marill would be Batman. He's got the dark voice. He's got the dark features. He doesn't know his dad.
A Batman. He'd be a good Batman. But again, it's hard to picture Sam running full speed and jumping from one building to the other.
No.
A Jewish Batman's a tough look.
Good point. Yeah.
You'd be like, what? The Joker? I don't know.
You got to hand him Pepto in the Batmobile.
Chuck's got an idea.
DeStefano.
Batman.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy. He's a little too funny.
Yes.
He's got the good jaw, though. That's not a bad one. Chris DeStefano would be good. He's pretty athletic. He's big.
Great
strong.
jaw.
Nice cock. I got many photos of his cock on my phone.
Cock. But you don't want Bruce Wayne sending you shit photos. That's a little weird.
No, dick pics and all that. But he's a good
Grayson.
one.
Yeah.
Who else could be good?
I
I mean, Shane could literally play a Batman villain. Like, I mean, not play, but like get cast. That's how big he is right now.
Yeah, totally.
And he's friends with Patton. He's friends with Batman. How crazy is that?
Is he?
Yeah. I mean, he was at the show at the Greek.
Patton Oswalt?
Robert Pattinson was at the Greek.
Oh, I see.
Yeah,
Wow.
By the way, someone told me a story that at that show that I was at with Zac Efron and Robert Pattinson, a comic walked up to Robert Pattinson and was like, I love what you did for the franchise. And Robert Pattinson responded, which one?
Ooh.
Because I think he's in Twilight.
Yes.
So he's like, he's in 2 different franchises.
Jeez, I might buy a Wendy's franchise. Okay, well, yeah, that's crazy. It's a good response.
I'm trying to think of other Batmans. Chris D's good.
Doug
Stavros would be good. Fat man. Doug Key. That's a good Batman.
There you go.
He's not going to put asses in the seats, I don't think. But
No.
Doug Key is the most Batman-y Batman.
Maybe I'll go Bobby Kelly.
His body, Doug Key's body looks like the bat suit.
It does, yes. He's got the big nips. He's got pointy ears. That could work.
Anyways, so you do out the gig with Doug Key.
Yeah.
Show's good. Show's not good.
Show is okay. We got through it, but like every A line got a hit, but every A minus got 0. It was one of those gigs where you're like, oh, I got to step all this up. It was kind of interesting because you see where your weaknesses are because it's not just a hot crowd that's giving it up.
Right.
But it was tough. And so there's a guy there. Last year I did the gig with Umar, and there's a guy named Dave who is a gay Jewish police officer cowboy.
Wow, that's a lot of fantasies in one.
A lot of check boxes there.
He's like the Village People in one group.
He is, yes. So he knows the whole town. He was the sheriff of New Haven for like 10 years. So he knows there. He walks down the street and he's got a cowboy hat on. He's got 30 rings. He's got a shirt open. So they go, hey, Dave, there's Dave. So he goes, I don't know what you guys want to do after. And I go, we're driving to Boston. I ate 900 pounds of pizza. I bombed. We're going to Boston because we got a show there. We're going to get the drive over with, sleep in Boston. We already got a hotel.
Love waking up in the city you're supposed to be in.
Yes. So he goes, all right, you guys do whatever you want. So now the show's over. I'm covered in sweat. I can't get it up. I'm having a drink. And he goes, what do you want to do? And I go, we're driving to Boston. And he goes, okay, I just want to let you know I roped off a section of the cigar bar, whatever. It's yours if you want it. Otherwise, you can do whatever you please. And I look at Doug, and Doug, we both struggled, and he goes, we should probably drive to Boston. We got the hotel there already. We don't have a hotel here. And I go, yeah, you're right. And he gives you that puppy dog face, Gay Dave. And he's like, all right, it's just section roped off. And I go, maybe we'll get one.
What? But a cigar is an hour and a half.
Well, I could put out a cigar.
Okay, that's a good point. I've never seen you finish a cigar.
Exactly. So I go, we'll get one. So you go in there. It's 2 doors down from the theater.
Okay.
So the whole sidewalk is packed with people from the show. So now I'm getting goosed and titty twistered by everybody on the sidewalk. You go in the bar, everyone from the show is at the bar. So now you're getting your ass kicked, you're getting headlocked, you're getting high-fived. We get to the roped-off place. We get the cigars. You light them. You have one drink. And then they're like, well, hey, that fat guy over there sent you a drink. And you go, well, I can't turn that down. So now you have 2. 4 hours later, 17 drinks later, Gay
Jesus
Dave is on
Christ.
my lap. I'm sucking his tits. I'm telling stories about the 80s. And so I look at Doug. He's banged up. He's got 2 cigars in his mouth and a cock in his ass. And I go, well, what do you think? And he goes, let's do it. Let's drive to Boston. So we're banged up. We're hammered. It's 4 hours later. It's like 3 a.m. We drive to Beantown.
Oh, my God.
We were swerving and swabbing. I mean, we pulled a full Ted Kennedy. I think we hit 8 women on the road, and they all died. But we got there.
We love Teddy. She deserved it.
Chappaquiddick.
She should have learned to swim.
Yes, yes.
We all would have done the same thing.
But it was one of those things where we're both in the car, and I'm like, whoa, you're off on the rumble strip.
Right.
And he's like, oh, geez, all right. And then we get to... It was like time travel, where you're like, oh, it's 4 a.m. Oh, we're in Boston.
There you go.
It's one of the perks of poison and alcohol. Now we get to Beantown. We found the hotel at the Seaport.
Oh, God damn.
Well, it's really close to the theater.
Which theater?
Schubert.
Oh, I love the Shub.
No one talks about the Shub.
Shub is great. That's where we premiered the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all Wilbur, but Schubert is up there.
Schubert is great. That's a great old room. It's very quaint. It's like
yes,
it's beautiful and ornate.
Ornate.
Yes.
It's lunch. It's got the big giant chandelier. The seats are red and pretty, and all the decorations.
Great room.
Great room. You got the Wilbur, the Wang.
Wang is huge.
Wang's big.
That's like 3,000.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, one day. But I was always a Wilbur guy. I'm like, I'd rather do 8 Wilburs than 2 Schuberts. But I got in there and I was like, fuck it. Let's do Schubert.
Schubert's nice.
Amy Schubert. So we get to the Seaport. Now me and Doug are 2 drunk idiots. We're on the side of the road. We go up to the hotel and they go, no parking. You can park in a lot for $68 a day. And me and Doug are like, we can find parking. So now we're 2 drunk guys doing this shit. Tuesday, street cleaning from 4 to 4:01. But on holidays, your mom's a whore, and you're like, what the hell? And we're 2 idiots, and it says like towing. You're gonna get towed.
Oh boy.
So we find this tiny spot, so Doug has to parallel park it in, and I'm going, pull it back, hits the car behind him, hits the car in front of him. The homeless guy walks by and goes, you guys are going to hell. And we killed him. Get up to the room.
Okay, kill him.
We check in. 2 rooms. I cover them. I get up to the room. The wife's in there, passed out.
Your wife's already there.
She's already there because she showed up, and she got into the room.
Wow.
And so that's kind of fun. You're just like, oh, there's a naked lady here.
Love a naked lady.
Love a naked man. And we cuddle, and I pass out. We go to a barbecue. I don't know how much time we have.
We have
A few minutes.
Okay. So we wake up. I'm hungover as shit. It's the big show day. 2 shows of the Schubert. So we go, well, let's go. We got to go see her in-laws. So I'm like, all right, here we go. You know, you're on no sleep. You're hungover. We get downstairs. The car's there.
Okay, that's good.
Thank God. Doug's a sweet guy. He went down at 7 or 8 in the morning to see if it was still there and then went back to bed.
Good man.
Now, this is what's great about Doug. He doesn't want to go see the in-laws.
No.
I don't want to go see the in-laws, but he doesn't.
He goes with you?
He goes, and he drove.
Now, what does the wife think about this? You're just bringing your buddy along to the family?
She likes it. The more, the gayer.
Okay, that's nice.
So we go to the in-laws. We go to their house. There's kids. Boy, I'm good with kids. I wrestle with these kids on the lawn for like 2 hours of sweat and booze. I smell like gin. And we have a couple of hot dogs. We watch the diving competition. We make some jokes.
Diving?
That's all that was on.
Who watches diving?
I think you put on something neutral.
I see. Well, I like sports. Any sport, I'll put it on. I watch it.
And they're in Speedos. It was in Boston, so it was like at the seaport. So I'm like, oh, that's right by our hotel. That guy's got a huge dong. He's got a fat ass. It was fun.
No kidding.
Yeah, so we're hungover. I have a couple of high noons. Get back into reality. Get back to the hotel, shower, go to the Schubert. Now, how about this? We go to the Schubert. I go to Doug's room to hand him something. I was like, what do you got, a suite? Uh-oh. He got the suite.
Oh,
Doug,
classic.
You hate the suite?
Classic
Slip
move.
up.
This is classic. They give the other guy the suite. You're
Yes.
in there in the tiny-ass old room. It's a 350-year-old hotel.
Yes.
You got a hot piece of ass over there. He's got abs and a baby. He's got the suite.
Headliner.
That's
opener.
outrageous.
But, it's too late. She's got all her dildos and tampons everywhere, so we can't switch now.
Well, I blame her. She should have been like, we got the suite. I'm the wife of Mark Norman, goddammit.
Well, the hotel was just like, oh, you're not the guy on the list.
Oh.
So they gave her the other key.
The other Doug key.
So we got the Doug key.
I would tell you what I would have done. I would have said, hey, Doug, you come in this room. You fuck my wife. I'll be in the suite with all the random bitches. That's what I do.
That would be nice.
Anytime I'm on the road, they switch hotel rooms. I let a local guy fuck my wife.
Well, the beauty is I'm looking at Doug. I'm like, is this a suite? Holy shit, this is huge. It's a giant living room, great view. And he goes, oh, yeah, I guess they gave us the wrong room. I'm like, you knew this.
Yeah, I know.
You knew, but I don't blame him. He got the nice room and he let it ride.
He really is a sweet guy.
Aha.
Hello, folks.
Doug Key. So, so that was a bummer, but we did 2 shows of the Schubert. I gotta say, Boston crowds are unmatched. It's just something in the air, and it's a Saturday night. The Celtics are playing tomorrow, and we're in the theater district. It's just too sold out. They give it up over there.
Boston's the best. I mean, it's just great crowd because they're funny people. They know funny. They know comedy. There's a rich comedy history.
Yes.
And you got really smart people and really dumb people can buy, which I always say is the best audience. You want a combination of conservative and liberal, smart and dumb, and comedy fans. And Boston's a great consumer of the arts.
Completely agree. Bolger showed up at the end. We hugged. Just a great time. The only problem is these Schubert theaters, they're so nice. There was no water.
No water?
Like, you don't get any water there.
What?
I was like, you got a bottle of water? They're like, nah, you got to bring that. I was like, they're very union-y. You spend 8 seconds on stage extra. They charge you.
I think you could have got some water.
Well, I went into the sink and did like a, did a full lap dog. But, yeah, great crowds. We got some good. I opened by talking about the marathon. Killing. I mean, it was just like they are up for it.
No, they know and they get it, and it's a great city, and it's my home sweet home. I fucking love it.
Loved it. Went out after the Schubert and flew home. Now, here's what sucks about Beantown. You go, I'm going to fly home. I'll get in early. It's an hour flight. Delayed 4 hours. Should have taken the train.
Oh.
I know. I feel like that happens with the short flights. For some reason, those get delayed more.
I think because they're smaller planes, maybe, so they can't handle the fucking...
Maybe that's it. So I'm just sitting in the lounge like, oh, man, if I had Amtrak, then I'd be home by now.
That's horrible.
I know.
4-hour delay for a flight,
yes.
That's a 4-hour train ride.
It's vexing.
That's just the worst thing I've ever heard in my life.
The worst. But, whatever. I got in last night, watched Doctor Strangelove, put my feet up, had a cocktail, And here we are.
There's nothing better than a Sunday evening of the night off. You come back, you fly home. I got home last night and turned on the NBA Finals, which ended 6 weeks ago. I'm assuming the Celtics are world champions. If you're listening now, that would be pretty devastating if they're not.
Did they win?
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
How do you like that?
I like it a lot.
All right. Well, yeah, the Knicks died, the Rangers died, the Bruins died.
Yeah.
So at least you got something.
Yeah, I got something, baby. Oh, we got something all right. Hey, speaking of something, 2 days from now, July 10th, I'm at the Gramercy with the regs. We're doing a live regs.
Hope you got video.
First time ever doing that, so check that out. Yeah, we had an episode that wasn't filmed. Infuriating. People are still upset about it. Next weekend, I'm at the Atlanta Punchline. Love that room. Happy to be back. Hot Atlanta. That is July 18, 19, and 20. And then the week after that, July 25th, The Crocodile in Seattle. Rock Club, one night only, a Thursday. I'm very excited about that. Come on out to that. And then just a few weeks away, I'm doing Milwaukee Improv, August 2nd and 3rd. Magoobies in Timonium, Maryland, August 8th, 9th, and 10th. And then, of course, the Cape Cod Melody Tent. That's a stand-up comedy show along with Louis Gomez, Dan Soder, Bobby Kelly. We're doing stand-up. Rich Voss is hosting.
Hell yeah.
And then Side Splitters, one of my favorite rooms ever. You know how it is. August 22nd through the 24th. Join that Patreon. We got some badass behind-the-scenes stuff. Mark and I riffing and raffing, along with Soder, backstage. Salacuse is in there.
See how the sausage is gay. I mean, it's all you get to come in that green room, and then you get to come on us.
Oh, it's a lot of fun. So go check those out. Get on there. $5 a month. It's fucking a cup of coffee.
There you go. Fuck those African kids with the distended belly. I'm going to be in Baton Rouge at the Raising Cane's River Center. I went to college there. I lived on Hyacinth for years, so come out and support a Louisiana Jew. Pensacola Theater in Pensacola. Haven't been there since spring break of '88. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Never been to the Dakotas. Very exciting. Dakota fanning. Cedar Rapids at the Paramount Theater, Rockford, Illinois, Rockford Files, Rochester, Minnesota, hello, just to name a few, Richmond, Virginia, Greensboro, North Carolina, Anaheim, California, Thousand Oaks, California. So come on out, marknormancomedy.com, check us out on Punch Up. / our names. We got all kinds of goodies on the back nine. So see you in hell. What do you got there, Chuck E. Cheese?
Check out my podcast, Fun Bearable. We're doing our 100th episode live at the Comedy Connection, East Providence, Rhode Island, on Sunday, July 21st. It's going to be a lot of fun. We do some. We've had some shows where we had big pranks commence live on stage at the end of the show, and I think for this one we're having our biggest prank yet. So come out, go to funbearablepod.com for tickets, and it's going to be a great time.
All right, you heard it here first, folks. Sweep it up, praise Allah.